Is it really possible for this inexpensive Axe fragrance to really smell like a designer fragrance like Dior Fahrenheit? Let's smell. Welcome back to Stop and Smell. Thank you for watching, liking, and commenting. When you're starting off your fragrance journey, or you're a teenager, or you're just a beginner, you have to start somewhere, right? Wearing Axe fragrances or inexpensive fragrances is nothing to be ashamed of. I've worn Axe body spray in the past. Recently, I made a video on Brut Aftershave, and not long after that, I came across this Axe piece aftershave. So I was a little bit intrigued. I said, why not? Let's check it out. It comes in this flimsy cardboard box. Forgive the state in which I have it. It's not in the best condition, but you get the point. Here's the aftershave itself. And of course, it is a splash on. There's no atomizer. Axe Piece is a 2014 release with top notes violet leaf, yuzu, bergamot, lemon, mandarin orange, mid, violet, nutmeg, hedione, apricot, base, cedar, patchouli, musk, and amber. I'm gonna go ahead and pour on a little bit here. Now, initially, or right away when I first splashed this on and smelled it, I knew what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Dior Fahrenheit. How close does it get? That's the big question, right? When you smell a fragrance and it reminds you of something you've smelled before, sometimes you get confused, sometimes you don't remember, other times you know exactly what it reminds you of. And that's exactly how I felt when I smelled Axe Piece. It reminded me exactly of Dior Fahrenheit. How close is it exactly? Well, once you have a comparison side by side, you may change your mind, or it may actually validate your nose, right? So let's find out. Before we spray on Dior Fahrenheit, this is a nice, fresh, clean, masculine scent. Obviously, it's meant to be worn as an aftershave. You can apply it liberally. I don't know how long it's going to last. If it's an aftershave, it's probably not going to last that long. But for $5 to smell exactly like a designer fragrance, that's pretty good. In the opening, I get that violet leaf right away, and the citruses as well. The orange, the lemon, they are very present. And mid to dry down, it gets a little musky, and some woodiness is present too. This is not a complicated fragrance. It's a very simple, to the point, casual, masculine, fresh, clean, similar to Fahrenheit. Dior Fahrenheit is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Top notes: nutmeg flower, lavender, cedar, chamomile, mandarin, orange, hawthorn, bergamot, lemon. Mid notes: violet leaf, nutmeg, cedar, sandalwood, carnation, honeysuckle, jasmine, lily of the valley. Base: leather, vetiver, musk, amber, patchouli, tonka bean. Whew. That's a whole lot of notes. Now, of course, Dior Fahrenheit is known for that petrol note, that gasoline note, that leathery, masculine violet leaf. When it was originally out, obviously it was more potent. As the years have gone by with reformulation, it's obviously not as strong as it used to be, but it still shares that same DNA, of course. I still love my Dior Fahrenheit very much, and I still wear it from time to time. So when I smelled Axe Piece, I knew that it had that DNA right away. Now let's see how close I actually was. Let's spray on the real thing. Brings me back. Smells so good. Right off the bat, in the opening, it does share that similarity, that opening with Axe Piece, but it's not the same. It's very close. You can tell that Fahrenheit was an inspiration when they made Axe Piece. Obviously, Dior Fahrenheit is better quality, will last longer, seems more potent right off the bat. It seems brighter, it seems fuller, it seems richer, all of these things for Dior Fahrenheit. Once you go back to Axe Piece, I can still smell Axe Peace on my wrist, but it's not as strong. Is Axe Peace Aftershave going to replace Dior Fahrenheit? Of course not. Is it exactly the same? Maybe for a few minutes, but it dries down. Not exactly the same. Maybe 80% at the most. It's very similar. I'm going to give it that, but it's not the same. Will you be reminded of Dior Fahrenheit like I was when you smell Axe Peace? Yes, of course you will. Axe Peace was a pleasant surprise, and it brought me back to Dior Fahrenheit, a fragrance that I love wearing. Now, this one's not going to be for everyone. Obviously, if you already own Dior Fahrenheit, there's really no reason to purchase this. But if you're interested in Dior Fahrenheit, you don't want to spend the money, you're a teenager, or you can opt for the Axe Peace body spray. I'm sure they made the body spray version. Maybe there's a body wash if you want the full package. Axe Aftershave is a nice starter fragrance for a teenager. This would be a good choice for someone who wants to just smell clean, masculine, and doesn't want to spend a lot of money. It's not going to last that long. It lasted probably for about an hour on my skin, and it doesn't really project. Maybe for the first 15 minutes. For the next 2 to 3 hours, it's probably going to be a skin scent, and then it's going to dissipate, and it's very light. This is not going to offend anyone. It doesn't have that gasoline or petrol smell. It doesn't have a strong leather smell or anything like that. Fresh, clean, citrusy. Let me know your thoughts on Axe fragrances. Which Axe fragrances have you come across that remind you of a designer fragrance? Thanks again for joining me. Until next time, enjoy your fragrances.